I stare at a face I can't see, feeling lonely and scared, how long will it be? Once it used to fill my soul with pride, all this hate without a home to call my own. Confusion, anxiety, reality, infidelity, reflections of what I want to be are distorted by an abnormality. I set my sights on reality, trying to forget the ghosts that creep my mind. Why do you come to me? All I have is a soul to give. I'll never see your reality. So why do you come to me? I hate this feeling that covers my soul. Without it, though, I can't proceed. If you want my everything, you'll have to lead me, for I can't see. Why do you come to me? All I have is a soul to give. I'll never see your reality. So why do you come to me? Came and conquered my heart with your threats come pain and sorrow. They come and go like the gray, gray sky. I know I need them. Can I Season 1, Episode 28. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody live at Chance's house. My name is Chance Munsterman. Thanks for joining on a Sunday. This is the bonus show. What are we going to do today? Well, I don't really know. It's kind of a last minute planned thing. And that's how the Sunday show always goes. We'll go to the grab bag. We'll do a little interacting. We'll figure out what we got going on. But I do want to welcome one and welcome all. So this last week we had a great show. We had Xavier Valdez on Thursday promoting his latest EP release, Sun. It's got 4 songs on it. They're all fantastic. And we also world premiered right here exclusively on Live at Chance's House, his video for RTS. I'm going to show that again because it's really great, and I want to promote that video as well as the album because he's a heck of a talented guy, and we become good friends. So I'm going to put that out there. We will probably also do a replay of the latest video that I've done with Mrs. Sharon Lane, and she did a fantastic job. So we'll probably take a look at that. Might throw up a couple other videos just for grins, and we'll converse about whatever you guys want to talk about. I do want to let you know, though, let us not forget, it is still going on, and wanted to throw out there, I also already put it in the comments section, the Give to Live, Live to Win campaign for Trent Adams. Look, listen, we've stalled out. It's fine. I understand. I think we've kind of tapped the network the best that we can tap. And I got one donation this week through the GoFundMe campaign, which was very nice. So thank you, Sherry, for that donation. Every little bit counts. And I'm not turning it off. I'm just throwing it out there and leaving it up. If you guys have a little to give, it would be much appreciated. If you can't, maybe you give it one last share. I think we've kind of run its course with the GoFundMe campaign. We're going to leave it up, not taking it down, but from a promotional standpoint and just trying to get it out there and spread the word. I think after everyone kind of heard what was going on with Trent when we did his interview a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, everyone, I think, kind of saw, okay, well, listen, we've done what we needed to do. We've gotten him where he needs to be. He's got hope again. Things are going okay. I mean, that's all they're doing. They're not doing great by any stretch of the imagination. They're just doing okay. He's able to get to the doctor he needs. He's started the medication treatment that he needed to take. He's going to go see his cardiologist. All of the things that we've talked about before in the past. We're doing it, and we're going to continue to do it. I would like to bring up, though, and I mentioned this on the Thursday show, that for the month of September, we're going to promote another charity, something a little bit different, and reach out to everyone. And for those that you can give, would be greatly appreciated as always. Never, ever a must, simply an ask. But for the month of September, we're going to sponsor Operation Kindness. I've actually reached out to their organization to find out if they've got any material, any promo, anything that I can put up on the show, just to give a little credence to what we're doing. I'm still waiting to get a call back. I got an email back from someone, but regardless, I don't need them to do anything. I just want to make it a partnership more than it is just hey, let's throw it out there and see what we can do. When we did the same thing for the North Texas Food Bank, we raised a total of $2,500. We've raised $8,800 for Trent Adams, and I'm looking to do for the entire month of September. Maybe we can, reach that $2,000, $2,500 goal again, and just keep doing good. Listen and be kind. And if we can do those things, then we're really all a little bit better for the world. And that's all I can ask for. And if no one supports, that's okay. Of course, as always, I will never ask anyone to support something that I won't support myself. So each week when we do the show, I'll be donating as well. So maybe we'll put up some fun matching things. And, if you throw out, I match, or, we'll throw in a shirt from Sharon's Shirts and Such, or other sponsors that are out there. Speaking of sponsors, as always, I'd like to thank everyone over at Joe's Tavern and Grill, and keeping up with all the things that we've got going on. You guys are great, and I appreciate everything that you do. So suggestions for topics tonight are on the table, and we'll certainly be welcoming that. Sherry, thanks for being on and taking a look. If you missed the first part of this, once again, thank you again for your generous donation to my friend Trent Adams. That is every little bit counts, and I know that you were happy to do it. But there's a lot a lot of us are going through a lot of things, including you, and that means a lot. It really does. So thank you. All right, so we're going to jump into a couple of videos just to give ourselves a minute, actually maybe more to give myself a minute so I can come up with a couple things. Hey, we're just going to talk. We're going to hang out. It's the Sunday show. It's the bonus show. Get a little extra hang time. Any questions you might have, anything you want to know, want to talk about new music, we are going to talk about that too, because I have set a release date for the latest song that I'm going to be putting out, the new single, the follow-up single to Every Step. But we will get into that here in just a little bit. So without further ado, let's jump into a couple songs. First one you guys have seen. We'll roll into another couple of videos, and then I'll take a stab back at talking to you guys and come up with a couple of things, and then we'll show a couple of extra videos tonight too. By the way, we have a new sponsor tonight, and we've got a brand new commercial that will be airing tonight for that new sponsor. Y'all stick around.
I'm gonna walk and rise above the sun. Well, I'm gonna walk from the place where I come from. Well, I'm gonna walk and leave you behind. I'm gonna walk 'cause you made me love you. I can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows. You're gonna walk 'cause you say you love me. You're gonna walk and leave me alone. I let you roam, you soon realize I've got another place to go. Can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows that you're no good for me. Well, you're no good for me. I trust the mountain, she gives me pride. Well, I speak to her like she's my bride. She doesn't play any games, she doesn't laugh at me. She just listens and she knows.
project bad with the dead that grows in reminiscence, in reminiscence. I can't phone. Too late to feel this has eluded. Rather too soon, too soon. I can't phone. Too late to feel this has eluded. Rather too soon, too soon. Don't be afraid, it's alright. I'm just a little unsafe right now, right now. So forgive me, please, while I walk right through that open heart, open heart. I can't fall too fast, too fast. But every time I see you, I want to.
Every day you ask yourself, did I give enough love? It's just a passing feeling, but it sure seems tough. You think about all the times you thought you'd give up. And then the feeling hits, so you make your own love. 'Cause you never really know how you can fly. 'Cause you never really know how hard you can try. And even though I'm miles away, I'll come along with you every day. I'll lead you through the dark, I'll be with you every step of the way. Walking through your mind, you see all the things that seem rough. You smile and laugh and play, but it's just not enough. The water's rising up again, and you just can't keep up. But you give it a go one more time, and you pick yourself up. 'Cause you never really know how you can fly. 'cause you never really know how hard you can try. And even though I'm miles away, I'll come along with you every day. I'll hold you up and show you the way. I'll take your pain and stand up and say, I'll lead you through the dark. I'll be with you every step of the way. Every step of the way. Every step of the way. Every step of the way.
All right, got a couple of videos out of the way. Wanted to give myself an opportunity to get my stuff together because this is the bonus show. It's last minute as always, but I wanted to throw some stuff out at you guys and say, hey, welcome to Sunday, episode 28. It is August 23rd. For those of you just joining in right now, if you've never been here before, this is live at Chance's house. My name is Chance Munsterman, and hope you guys are all having a tasty beverage and had some sports happen today too. I've been kind of out of the loop because I was at work all day, but pretty sure we had a good day. Okay, so I want to talk about a couple things. First off, let's talk about new music. New music coming soon. I've set the release date for Back from the Mist. That is the latest single that I'm going to have. It's going to be the follow-up to Every Step. And just to give you guys a heads up on Every Step as well, it's getting real close. I'm thinking in a couple of days, it's going to hit the 150,000 mark on Spotify. It's at 148 and some change right now, so that's pretty damn exciting. And I'm hoping to capitalize on the same kind of success with Back from the Mist. It's a catchy tune. It's one of my favorites. It's actually an older song that was written many, many years ago, but it was been sort of repurposed and kind of redid it and got it fancied up and put it in the studio, and it's come out fantastic. So I'm excited to release that and to promo that with you guys. So I was talking it over today with the executive producer of Live at Chance's house, and one of the topics that came up was what to do with the video. So I'm going to make an official video for Back from the Mist. I'm going to release it also on New Music Friday, September 11th. And wanted to throw this out there for anyone who's watching. And I don't know if there's a lot of you tonight, but if you stop by and you see this, here's the challenge. I'm going to make a second video. And if anyone is interested and wants to participate in that second video, then all you got to do is send me a message. Send me an email, chance@musicbychance.net, or if you know how to get a hold of me, reach out to me and on Facebook, message me, do whatever you want to do, get a hold of me somehow and say, yes, I want to participate, and I'm going to let you create what you think Back from the Mist is all about, whether that's you singing to it, whether that's you throwing some images up, whatever it may be. I'll send you a preview of the song so that you can have something to go on. And if you need help putting it together, all you got to do is get the clips together for me, run it on video, do it on your iPhone. If you're fancy enough that you can actually make the clips yourself, but you just need help editing the music to it, or maybe you already have it, send it to me. I'll put it all together in a montage, and we'll have a second video for Back from the Mist that I'll release the same day. Now look, we've only got about 3 weeks to make that happen, so if anyone who's interested and wants to participate, let me know. It may be nobody, but I thought it might be fun to get everyone else's perspective on the song, because so far Every Step has turned out to be something a little bit different for everyone who listens to it, and I would assume that Back from the Mist is going to be very similar. Sure, it's got a story. Yep, there is definitely a idea that happened and why that song was written, but it's an old story and probably one I'll never tell. But there is definitely some fun that can be had with this, and it might just end up being something crazy and fun and a little bit silly, but I thought that it would be a good idea to throw it out there. So if anyone is interested, leave me a comment tonight, send me a message, send me an email, chance@musicbychance.net. If you are interested, I will send you a preview of the song now. You can take that and do with what you want with it. You can make a video, you can do however you want, whether it's the whole thing, part of it. Preferably it's the whole thing so that I can mix and edit whatever other videos that I might get from others. And I'll promote it, I'll put it out there on Facebook, and I'll stick it on Instagram, and maybe I'll get a few takers. And if I do, then we'll put something together. I'll put some finishing touches on it to make it look like we know what we're doing, and then I'll also promote that, put it out there, and we'll do it as a second video along with the official video that I'll put out, and we'll put it on YouTube and have some fun with it. All right, so that's the new stuff. New music Friday, September 11th, Back from the Mist. Promo is out now. It's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's everywhere. And already getting some positive reviews from the promotion. As a matter of fact, the promotion that you've seen already on Facebook and Instagram is going to be the album cover. Check for the link on Instagram. V for Valentin is the artist that made that for me. And he's a very talented photoshopping artistic type that does a lot of stuff that I can't do. And we came together and he helped me out, and I've got an album cover for the single. So look for that on Instagram, and I appreciate everyone's follows and everyone's likes and all the things that are happening. I am so stupid. I have no idea what to do. Hey, Brad. Man, I am so glad to hear from you. And, listen, we're all just a bunch of idiots anyway, aren't we? So I appreciate the effort and saying, hey, that you would love to participate. But I'll take that as a win no matter what. I bet Marty would definitely be in. I'll probably hit him up. I'll probably hit Devin up and the rest of the amigos in the crowd that's going on to make that happen. Man, love you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. A lot of exciting things have been happening. Okay, so talked about new music, talked about the new video, and so I was thinking about just talking tonight, and usually the Sunday show being a bonus show that it is, it's more of a talk and music and, hey, let's all come together. And what I wanted to share with you, I told you this a few weeks ago and said, hey, I love talking about music, and any questions you guys have, shoot, let it fly. There's always interesting stories one way or the other. But one of the things I love to do whenever I'm not making music and I'm not working is I love listening to it. And so I wanted to share a few things from my collection just to say, hey, check this out. This is something that I like, that I listen to, and maybe it's something that you'd like, maybe it's something it's not, but I picked these records for a reason because they all have a particular significance. So the first one I want to talk about, and for those of you guys that know me, especially if you have seen what's over my shoulder, my favorite band in the world is Pink Floyd, and I love listening to them. Would certainly probably put them as my favorite band, but they don't always qualify as favorite listening music all the time. I listen to so many different genres of music, it's ridiculous. But I will tell you something, that I have a love for another Brit rock progressive band, and that is the Alan Parsons Project. And for those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with the Alan Parsons Project, one song that you may be familiar with, which was probably, ideally it was their biggest hit, is Eye in the Sky. It charted the highest in the US and made the most noise, but they had several other hits as well that charted in the States, but they're obviously huge all over the world. But the tie between Pink Floyd and Alan Parsons are very close. And this particular album is called I, Robot. And the single off of this record that everyone would know if you heard it is a song called I Wouldn't Want to Be Like You. This is a fantastic album front to end. And it's one of those it's one of those overlooked progressive rock Brit albums that people just go, I don't know if I know them well enough to go out and take a shot on it, but this is definitely one. Now, to follow up on that, another second favorite from the Alan Parsons Project would be this one. And it's called The Turn of a Friendly Card. This has another single that charted in the United States, but the whole album is worth the buy. You can probably pick up either one of these albums at any record store in better than decent condition on vinyl for $10 or less, because it was a popular release. They put out hundreds of thousands of copies of this back when it was released, so you can still find great copies, and the vinyl's not scratched, it's not warped or whatever. But the single that was off this record was a song called Games People Play. Everything that's on this, though, another worthwhile listen. And what I love about vinyl, and let me clarify something. I love listening to records because I like I know it sounds dumb, but I love opening the gatefold. I love the smell of vinyl. I love getting it ready and sticking it on the turntable and cleaning it. And there's a process. It's, maybe it has to do with my OCD one way or the other. But actually, yes, I'm looking at the notes here, and Brett and Brad, you're both right. The intro to Eye in the Sky was actually the minute 40-ish song called Sirius that was off of that album, and it was the intro to the Bulls. That's where a lot of people would have known that from. But back to records is that, man, anymore nowadays, including myself, I mean, you have to kind of play to people's flight or fancy when it comes to music, and you have to put out singles, otherwise people lose interest. But I miss the days of album rock, and there just really isn't a whole lot to pick from anymore. So it's the reason why I keep going back to the grab bag of classic rock and the grab bag of, things from the 70s and 80s and even 90s, when, you could buy an album and you could listen to it front to cover and you go, wow, that whole thing was awesome. Sometimes you'd miss. There's lots of bands that have records that just don't hit the entire thing, but you listen to it. You didn't just go buy the single before iTunes, before Spotify, before, hell, even Napster. You would go out and you would buy the CD or you would buy the record and you would listen to the whole thing and go yes or no whether you like the whole thing, and you'd pick out your favorites, and then you'd call your buddies and you'd say, hey, check this out, man, this album's awesome. Well, side 2 is not so great, but side 1 is killer and all songs are great. Or you picked out 3 or 4 of your favorites, and maybe you listen with some friends, or you tell them to go listen and they go, yeah, that's awesome, and you have something to talk about. I miss those days. I really do. And there's still a handful of bands out there that'll put a record out now and again, but it just doesn't feel the same. So speaking of oldies but goodies and just doesn't feel the same, something that is like the penultimate of, hey, if you've got vinyl or you have a record player and you need to get something, one of the albums that's a must-have, and I got to be honest, I'm not even a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of this band, but I appreciate them in so many ways because there's no way that anyone can say that they haven't done so much for rock and roll and so much for music. But this album in particular is probably my favorite, and that's going to be Revolver from the Beatles. Now, unfortunately, I can't find a decent copy of this in an original. Well, I can, but not something I'm willing to pay $1,000 for because it's just not that cool. But this particular one is a remaster that they came out with, and it's not just a remaster. It's not just digital to vinyl. The vinyl actually is from a remastered original analog, and that's what makes this album so special. But I mean, come on, you've got Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, Yellow Submarine, Goodbye Sunshine, Dr. Robert, Tomorrow Never Knows, And Your Bird Can Sing, For No One. I mean, this whole album is absolutely phenomenal. And progressively gets better and better every time I listen to it. This to me was the key turning point, and what they really took from being the one band to the other, and especially being that they were such a short-lived band. I mean, in grand scheme of things, I mean, what, they were together from 61 to 69, so 8 years, maybe before that when they were the other band. I mean, but maximum they were together like maybe 10, 11 years before they called it quits and went off and did their own thing. So all right, I'm jumping around a little bit, but that's okay. So in 1983, I lived in El Paso, Texas, and I was just still getting into music, and MTV heavy rotation, big deal. 1983, I was also in 5th grade, and I kind of mark music by the years when I was at, where I was at, what I was doing. And right around the same time I was getting into Van Halen, the other band that obviously a lot of people are into, but I just absolutely loved and had to get this record on vinyl, Pyromania. Now, to me, you just can't get better. I mean, Rock Till You Drop, Photograph, Stage Fright, Too Late for Love, Die Hard the Hunter. Okay, every one of those got played on the radio in 1983. Then you flip it over and you've got Foolin', Rock of Ages, Action Not Words, Billy's Got a Gun, and Coming Under Fire. This right here, to me, is very similar, and drawing the comparison to Pearl Jam's first album, 10. This is like, in my mind, Def Leppard's greatest hits. Hard not to argue that every song on that album is awesome. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but for me personally, Pyromania, I can listen to that all day long. Love pulling that record out, sticking it on, putting headphones on, or even turning it up loud and just rocking out. Because, I mean, another band, you just think about the influence that they had on everyone else. You know, I know that everyone uses the word hair metal, and I think actually a lot of bands that were in the early to mid to late 80s that had the hair, that did the makeup, that wore the heels, that did all the stuff. I don't think that they ever thought or could categorize themselves later down the road that they would be hair metal. I've actually heard different interviews. Tom Kiefer from Cinderella, for example, hates the idea that they're a hair metal band. Although when you hear the word hair metal, you think of that genre and you go, yep, that was rock in the 80s. There's no doubt that everyone kind of associates it with it, even though he doesn't think so. And I understand it. I mean, it was the style, it was the time, it was what they were doing, and everybody was into it. So at the time, it really wasn't that. It wasn't hair rock. That didn't come until later, and I'm sure someone like Columbia House or K-Tel put together a greatest hits and said, hey, it's best of the 80s hard rock, hair metal band, you know, or whatever they decided to call it, and the phrase got coined and it stuck. I mean, there's even a channel on Sirius satellite radio that is dedicated to hair metal, and it's called Hair Nation. Glam rock. That is actually another good term, Brett. I think some people even take glam rock to the next level, though. It was just even earlier than hair rock. You think of the New York Dolls. You know, you think of Iggy Pop. Some of the late 70s, right there, early 80s cusp of glam rock. At a certain point, even Alice Cooper was considered glam rock because of the presentation and the show and everything that he did. But yeah, no, absolutely, that would be categorize it that way too. Okay, last album. Now this one is this one's especially important just from the type of record it is, and I'm going to talk to you about what that means. But I want to go over also why this is one of my favorites. So when I was in college, 1993-ish, I was I would have been a sophomore. I was a sophomore in college, and I took a road trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico for a science convention. It was this thing that I was into because my undergraduate degree was in science, and so we took a road trip. But I was still really fresh to a lot of music at this time. I mean, I'm only 18, 19 years old at the time, and that short period between 5th grade through high school, I still was limited in what I was listening to. I mean, I lived in El Paso. We only had one station that played rock. So the rest of it was just people introducing me to music. And while I had a lot of friends, a lot of my friends listened to the same thing. But whenever I'd meet new people, they would always introduce me to something different. And I was very much aware of this band, but I wasn't aware of all the things they had done because they had already come and gone by that point. And that band is The Doors. Now, this particular one, what makes this so significant, self-titled, and you can see up here at the top, this is called an original master recording. It's from a company called MoFi, Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs, and they took a whole lot of records, and when I say a whole lot, like they took like 500 records, and they grow this genre every year with a little something different. Everything from jazz to rock to classical, but they will take the original master recordings, analog. Somehow they're able to get them. They take the original master tapes, and they have audio engineers at the Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs, and they re-engineer it. So these albums not only are higher quality, but they're also a different mix of what you would have gotten from the original vinyl or even the CDs when they put them out. Because most CDs, when they first came out, were just straight analog to digital resourcing. In other words, they just took the tapes and just transferred them, put them on a disc so you could listen to it. But what happened later is they got smart and they figured out we can take the reel-to-reels, we can take the master tapes, we can digitize them, we can remaster them, and then we can do a digital copy onto a digital surface like a CD. This right here is the equivalent of taking the digital copy, remastering it, and sticking it on vinyl, which is what makes this particular album so unique. But, I mean, listen, Break On Through, Alabama Song, Light My Fire, Backdoor Man, Take It As It Comes, and then this has the 11-minute and 35-second version of The End. Now, that's important for a couple of reasons, because that was their jam song. And whenever they played it live, it was always the song that could go on. It could either be the 11 minutes that they recorded it as, or it could go on for 25 minutes, depending on where they were playing and how jacked up Jim Morrison was. He would start rambling, he would be talking to the crowd, he would jump into poetry in between, but he would always bring it back together, and the whole band just kind of knew. They were so in sync with where he was at, no matter what or how crazy he was going to be or what he was going to say. They always took the cues and knew how to end that song the right way. Anyway, all right, so that's my little trip down vinyl lane, so to speak. Getting into a little bit of my headspace and what I like to listen to and the stuff that I enjoy. I've got probably 100 records, so I could do this segment for the next 40 Sundays and probably still not touch everything. But thanks for appeasing me and taking a listen and figuring out where I'm at. Baby, can't we get much? Right? All right. So, coming up next, we are going to watch a few videos. I'm going to go through what we're going to actually see, though, so you know where we're going. First, we're going to hear something from our newest sponsor, and then we're going to jump into a series of videos that we've been making. So I made one, so the first one I made actually was an RDO version using an app that we've got. The executive producer turned me on to actually about 3 or 4 years ago, and I never picked up the damn thing because I was like, this is BS. I'm not using this. And then COVID hit, and it was like, well, maybe I could make use of this. And then, so I did the first couple myself. And then I did a trial run on one, and then I made it better. And then I did my first acapella with Sharon, where she jumped in and did a version of I'll Be With Me, and she did the harmonies and did great. And then I got smart and figured out real quick, man, the microphones on these phones aren't as nearly as great as if I just plug in and make this awesome. So then I took another stab at it, and Sharon and I did a version of Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow called Picture. And then Devin and I jumped in and upped our game, and he wanted to get involved, and so we did Minute Work Overkill. And then I was like, well, I can't let that be the ultimate of all acapellas. So I was like, Sharon, what's next? And we had talked about it, and we started thinking about it, and we put together Stop Dragging My Heart Around. And I think that so far has been the best production. Although it's pretty equal in production value to Overkill, it's just a different type of song. But I've already got the new ones started. Devin and I will be doing a new one here. I don't know that I'll get it done this week before Thursday, but I'll definitely have it by next week. And then I got to start working on the one with Sharon and I, but I got to learn how to play it. And that might take me a minute because that's going to be a grand production and probably is going to require a lot more things than I'm normally used to doing. But that's never stopped me, so we're going to just keep pushing and having fun. But before we get into the videos, we do want to talk about our newest sponsor, and certainly can't have a sponsor without a great commercial. So, without further ado, here's the latest from our latest sponsor for Sharon's shirts and such. Going to get into some videos. I might stop back in for a little bit, but I'll definitely say bye before the end of the night. Thanks for hanging out on the bonus show tonight, folks, and we'll talk to you here very shortly.
I really love Sharon's shirts and stuff.
Do you like shirts? Do you like such? Well, we've got what you need at Sharon's Shirts and Such. We have shirts, we have koozies, we have all the such you need. Here at Sharon's Shirts and Such, we strive to have the best shirts and such. Here's a testimonial from one of our loyal customers.
I really love Sharon's shirts and such.
That's right. Shirts, beach towels, pants, coffee grinders, koozies, paper airplanes, plastic airplanes, customized Millennium Falcon Lego sets, pins, pencils, yarn, backpacks, paper cups, plastic cups, red Solo cups, and all the such you can think of. Sharon's Shirts and Such. Use promo code BodieMcBoatface for 10% off your first order. And remember,
I really love Sharon's shirts and such. Shirts and such. Shirts and such.
So just how far down do you want to go? We could talk it out over a cup of joe, and you could look deep into my eyes like I was a supermodel. Well, it's you and me, baby, no else we can trust. Don't say nothing to no one, no how we bust. And never crack a smile or flinch or cry for nobody. We'll give you a ID card till the ball are gone. Yeah, you're ready to say she kept Jonathan card of the United Federation of Tennis. He won't speak English anyway. Everybody knows that the world's full of stupid people. So meet me at the mission at midnight. We're divvy up there. Everybody knows that the world's full of stupid people. Well, I got the pistol, so I keep pesos. Yeah, that seems fair. So put the sugar in the tank of the sheriff's car and slash the deputy's tires so they won't get very far. When they finally get the word that there's been a hold-up, we'll give you an ID card to the border gone. When you're ready to say you knows that the world's full of stupid people. So meet me at the mission at midnight, we'll divvy up there. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. Well, I got the pistols, so I keep the pesos. Yeah, that seems fair. He won't speak English anyway. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. So meet me at the mission at midnight, we'll divvy up there. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. Well, I got the pistols, so I keep the pesos. Yeah, that seems fair. That seems fair. That seems fair. That seems fair. I can't get to sleep. I think about the implications of diving in too deep, and possibly the complications, especially at night. I worry over situations I know it'll be alright. Perhaps it's just my imagination. Day after day it reappears. Night after night my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. I hide between the sheets, only brings exasperation. Time to walk the streets, smell the desperation. At least there's pretty lights, though there's little variation that nullifies the night from overkill. Day after day it reappears. Shows the fear. Goes to appear and fade away. Come back another day. me at night. I worry over situations that I know be alright. It's just overkill. Day after day it reappears, and night after night my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. Ghosts appear and fade away. Ghosts appear and fade away. Living my life in a slow hell. Different girl every night at a hotel. I ain't seen the sun shining 3 damn days. Been fueling up on cocaine and whiskey. Wish I had a good girl to miss me. Lord, I wonder if I'll ever change my ways. I put your picture away, sat down and cried today. I can't look at you while lying next to her. I put your picture away, sat down and cried today. I can't look at you while lying next to her.
Last night in the hotel, everyone knows but they won't tell. But their half-hearted smiles tell me something just ain't right. I've been waiting on you for a long time, fueling up my heartaches and cheap wine. I ain't heard from you in 3 damn nights. I put your picture away. I wonder where you've been. I can't look at you while I'm lying next to him. I put your picture away. I wonder where you've been. I can't look at you while I'm lying next to him. Saw you yesterday with an old friend.
It was the same old same. How have you been? Since you've been gone, my world's been dark and gray. You reminded me of brighter days.
Hoped you were coming home to stay. I was headed to church.
I was off to drink you away. I thought about you I just called to say I love you. Come back home.
Baby, you come knocking on my front door. Same old line you used to use before. I said, hell yeah, what am I supposed to do? I didn't know what I was getting into.
So you had a little trouble in town. Now you're keeping some demons down. Stop dragging my heart around.
It's hard to think about what you wanted. It's hard to think about what you've lost. It doesn't have to be the big get even. It doesn't have to be anything at all.
I know you really wanna tell me goodbye. I know you really wanna be your own girl. Baby, you can never look me in the eye. Yeah, you buckle with the weight of words. Stop dragging my heart around.
Go running around loose in the world. Ain't got nothing better to do than make a meal of something bright and kill. You need someone looking after you.
I know you really wanna tell me goodbye. I know you really wanna be your own girl. Baby, you can never look me in the eye. Yeah, you buckle with the weight of words. Stop dragging my heart around. Stop dragging my heart around. Stop dragging my heart around. Stop dragging my heart around.
I really love Sharon's shirts and stuff.
Do you like shirts? Do you like such? Well, we've got what you need at Sharon's Shirts and Such. We have shirts, we have koozies, we have all the such you need. Here at Sharon's Shirts and Such, we strive to have the best shirts and such. Here's a testimonial from one of our loyal customers.
I really love Sharon's shirts and such.
That's right. Shirts, beach towels, pants, coffee grinders, koozies, paper airplanes, plastic airplanes, customized Millennium Falcon Lego sets, pins, pencils, yarn, backpacks, paper cups, plastic cups, red Solo cups, and all the such you can think of. Sharon's shirts and such. Use promo code BodieMcBoatface for 10% off your first order. And remember,
I really love Sharon's shirts and such. Shirts and such. Shirts and
As I walk out the door this morning with a suitcase in my hand, I think about all the good times we had, and I see those lonely people, desperation in their heads. I wonder what it's like to be out there again. My heart isn't strong, I think, so I pour another drink, just trying to find my way back home. I find a kind word in you, you make me feel like I'm brand new. I sit and cry and hope you want me to. Well, isn't it funny how life can keep you down, and in the next 2 minutes it's all turned around. When I thought my life was over, well, you came around, and now I see things so clearly. My little angel, my little angel. Walking down the street, I see someone looking at me, and I felt that pain that crept inside me. I had to make amends of all the things we said, so I can get on with my damn life. I found somebody new, and I know she loves me too. It broke my heart, but that's okay, you see. All my pain in my heart subsides. She looks into my eyes and tells me that she will be with me. Well, isn't it funny how life can keep you down, and in the next 2 minutes it's all turned around. When I thought my life was over, well, you came around, and now I see things so clearly. My little angel, my little angel. Found somebody new, and I know she loves me too. You broke my heart, but that's okay, you see. All my pain in my heart subsides when she looks into my eyes and tells me that she will be with me. Well, isn't it funny